All right. I think I'm live. Am I live? YouTube says I'm live. There's some lag there. That's to be expected. I am currently doing a live stream of Spyro the Dragon. Cool. I got 0 people watching. I didn't announce this. This is just total impromptu thing that I'm doing. Let's see. Am I... Says I am streaming. Cool. See if I'm live. Hey, we got a person here. Hello. 1 second. Sorry, I'm on the wrong window here. Rapid the Hedgehog. Hi. Hi, everybody. This is my first live stream ever. And I was planning on streaming like an hour ago, but OBS is hard to use. How's the audio sound to you guys? Because that was the hardest thing to get right. Spyro's a baby game, but I have a Spyro critique coming out tonight, and like, you know, the new Spyro game, the remakes are coming out. So yeah. Also, it's me, Tom. Hi, Tom. How are you? Mario teaches typing too. That's a man's game. That sounds awesome. Audio sounds perfect. Cool. Yeah, I was having some audio glitching. I was literally sat down to stream at 1 o'clock, and it decided it wanted to be all glitchy and crackly, and I don't know why. And I dicked around with it for about an hour, and I finally went, you know what? I'll try turning my computer off and back on, and maybe that'll fix it. And it did. It's pretty great. So. But yeah, so if you guys don't know, I do have my Spyro the Dragon critique coming out tonight at 8 o'clock. I'm going to do a premiere thing for that. It's been scheduled all freaking week. And I don't know, last night I thought, you know, I should just like stream Spyro because I've been trying to get into streaming and haven't been putting it off. So I'm going to do that. So, cool. And somehow last night I also, while I was setting up, I ended up deleting my first save file. I don't know. So we'll just use that one. So how are you guys doing? I am doing pretty good because it is like super cold here in Wisconsin. Apparently winter decided to start in November. It's 19 degrees outside. I love it. Oh, might help if I plug my headphones in so I can actually hear the game.
We now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000? What about this Ganasty Gnork?
Ganasty Gnork.
Now I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Nork, a simple creature.
Simple.
He has been contained in a remote world.
I haven't actually sat down and played this for about 6 months now, since I finished my my script for the critique. So this will be kind of fun. I'm kind of like getting a little nostalgia, even though I never actually played this game until earlier this year. I've been sick all week with the flu. Dude, that sucks. I had like a cold like a couple weeks ago, and that was enough to like take me down. It was awful. It didn't go away forever. I feel for you.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. 10 dragons in the artisan world.
I love how jello-y this game looks. I don't know.
What about Nasty Nork? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
Find dragons first. Save error. Okay, well, guess we're not saving. What the hell? Just technical problem after technical problem. Ah, good old Spyro. I'm already noticing I need to adjust the camera because I'm used to the active camera. There we go, that's better. Oh, yeah. Yeah, summer flus are the worst. I don't know, that was when I was younger. I would always get a flu in the summertime, and everybody else I knew always got it like in the winter and fall. But I was always the odd one out who got it in the summer, so I totally feel for you there. There's a dragon that sounds like Hulk Hogan. Is there one that sounds... Oh, I think he's in the second world, if it's the same one I'm thinking of.
Whoa! You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name
Nope.
is Spyro, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Rapid, man. I hope you feel better. That fucking flus are awful. Is there... Like I said, I haven't played this in like 6 months. There we go. I couldn't remember if there was a specific order for this or if you just had to touch them all. I'll come back to that one later. I don't know if I'm going to play through the whole game or not. I don't know if I'll be able to have time because I gotta eat supper before my premiere thing tonight, and also the premiere's at like 7:30 Central Time. So if you can't tell, I'm kind of just getting a feel for the controls again, because the last Spyro game I played was Legend of Spyro, A New Beginning. I think that was the last one I played, and then I decided that I wanted to finish some videos before I completed those scripts. Can't wait for the... Yeah, I am still looking forward to the Reignited trilogy myself. I don't know when I'll get around to doing a critique of that. That's going to be the last video I do in this series, rightfully so. But yeah, that might be a ways off. This Spyro project is so freaking massive at this point. I just can't believe how long it's taking me. I kind of just resigned myself to the fact that I have no idea when it's going to be done or anything like that, and I'm just going to play it by ear and get it out as quick as I possibly can without sacrificing quality, because, you know, that's what I do. Oh, man. I've also been listening to the Spyro soundtracks, like, all year, so, like, hearing this in-game is, I don't know, it's kind of like the most familiar aspect of the game to me at this point. Oh yeah, and the egg thieves. Yeah, here's something I didn't mention in my critique, so I'll critique it now. The egg thieves don't actually do anything in this game other than you just collect stuff. I mean, they're kind of fun to get, but they don't really serve a purpose. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in that, but this is the 4th time I've played this game this year, and I don't recall them ever doing anything other than just being kind of like a side task. At least in, like, Year of the Dragon. I don't believe they're in Spyro 2. In Year of the Dragon, they actually serve a purpose, because that's the primary MacGuffin they're running around with. Yeah, quality over quantity, I agree. Yeah, this is a major new experience for me, too. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever live streamed, so...
You bet.
The X button at the top of a jump, and try pressing the triangle button to drop down in mid.
I love how posh this guy sounds. It's so great. Or the fact that there's like 5 or 6 voice actors total, and they're all like doing different voices to fill all 80 dragons and Spyro and Nasty Nork and everybody that has a voice. It's just beautiful. This is not the Spyro you expected? Which one were you expecting there, Sailor Mouth? Also, nice to see you. Oh yeah, and then here's something that really tripped me up here. If I can get over here, I'll grab this guy. I did have like a specific route that I went through this level, but I'm also trying to like interact with you guys, so I'm not doing a very good job like following my formula. Huh? I'm an old man.
No thanks.
But first time I played this game, this frickin', and I actually mentioned this in my critique, but no, not that, no. This hidden beach down here. No! Oh, come on. I broke it. I'll be back. Anyway, I was gonna say that hidden beach down there is It took me forever to find it. The first time, I knew I was missing some gems. I was missing the key that you need to open the chest in that level, and it just took me forever to frickin' find it. And there's no other like well-hidden thing like that in this game. It's just nope, that one spot they thought was a great idea. As far as the Crash games go, I've only ever played the first one. Kind of the same thing with Spyro. Like, back when Spyro and Crash were brand new, was when I was making the jump from my extremely old Sega Genesis to the N64. And I didn't actually get a PlayStation 1 until I was in high school. And, yeah, I didn't really actually play Spyro. I never played Spyro, but then Crash I got right away, and I played through most of that, and then I never played any of the other Crash games, and which is weird because I reference Crash Bandicoot all the frickin' time in my videos because it was such a like landmark title that helped bring gaming into 3 dimensions alongside Mario 64. So I mean, the first one I'm very familiar with, but not any of the other ones. Anyway, let's try this beach again and not go into the magical sparklies. But I imagine that this, I can just imagine what people thought of this game like back in the day. Like, I can kind of see it now just because I play so many retro games. I can see how far ahead of its time this was compared to everything else that was out. But yeah, I get the feeling that this doesn't have the same effect on people that it did back in the day, which is why I'm glad to see that they're actually remaking it and that it's coming out soon. And God, those games look gorgeous too. Toys for Bob. I don't know if the games are going to be any good at this point. I hate those sparklies because you just get sucked into them. I don't know if the games will be any good. I'm sure they'll be fine, because the original trilogy is great. But as far as like the graphics go, Toys for Bob hit the nail on the frickin' head. I would definitely say Spyro is aged better than Crash, at least if you're just comparing the first 2 games. The camera just moves so much better. Analog controls helps a ton. This game can be played with the D-pad. It's not nearly as enjoyable. It's not nearly as responsive. So having a game with dedicated analog controls certainly helps. Crash doesn't have that. Maybe the second game does. But yeah, I don't know. And graphically too, I'd say Spyro is aged better. But I mean, they also had like, what, Spyro came out a year and a half after Crash, and Mario 64 was out, and Insomniac had all these other games, early 3D platformers to draw inspiration on for at least the foundational aspect. So, in that sense, Spyro should age better than those, because it, I don't know, it's not breaking new ground as much as those, at least not with the core 3D platforming mechanics. It's more breaking ground with like the types of technology and coding that it uses, like the level of detail renderer that allows like these open vistas without like any fog effects like Silent Hill had. Hey, Sonic the Blue Rat, my dude, how are you? Welcome to the party. I want a Spyro FPS with Crash having the voice of Duke Nukem. That would be cool. Get some John St. John in action going on. There's one of them dumb egg thieves. And an egg that does absolutely nothing. Alright, how am I not really paying attention here? What do I got? Oh, I got all the dragons, got the egg, I'm missing some treasure. I think... Oh, there's some over there. Oh, whopping 2 or 1. I think green ones are worth 2. And you got the sheeps flying around. Mark! Hi, buddy! Dude, thank you for the super chat. That's awesome. How you been, Mark? I haven't talked to you in a while. Also, I can't find treasure now. Reignited Trilogy is groundbreaking. It's 3 games. Thanks for the idea, Crash. Yeah, I mean, what's the Crash? What the hell's it called? Insane Trilogy came out. Like the second it was announced, everybody was like, "Oh, Spyro's next, right?" So I don't know if Activision like got right on that and had hired Toys for Bob to do the Spyro thing or not. I didn't actually get. Did I get this chest? I don't frickin' remember. I didn't. That's where the rest of the treasure is. Been busy with work. You still work at Target? I know that retail life. I can't spell. Yeah. I bet it's getting really fun this time of year with Black Friday coming up. What if you could play this game... What does that say? What if you could play this game Wii? Like on the Wii? Yeah, I'm wondering if they, so with the Reignited Trilogy, like, there was that confirmation that only the first game was on the disc, and then you had to download the other 2, but then they pushed the games back, and now nobody knows. I'm missing 4 gems still, really? And now nobody knows if that's the case or not, as far as I know. I haven't really looked into it. I'm going to buy it either way, so I guess it doesn't matter. I guess I'll be a little miffed if it doesn't have all 3 games, mostly for like from a game preservation standpoint, because that shit pisses me off. And that's such an Activision move too, like quintessential Activision right there. You got Pokemon and Smash in already, huh? Yeah, I remember that when I worked at Best Buy. We'd get like big release games like that like a month in advance, and it was so freaking hard to like keep like everybody in the store away from them. Oh, I just want to look at it. Nah, sure you do. You want to possibly pocket it and take it home. Get the hell out of my warehouse. Yeah, I know. It seems like they really should be putting all 3 games on the disc, but I don't know. If Activision is trying to capture if Activision is trying to capture the whole hype from the 20th anniversary and the holiday season and all that stuff, I could so see them printing discs before the games are actually done, and it worries me that if they didn't put the 2nd and 3rd game on the disc, then I cannot find this last gem. I bet it's up here. I think I saw it actually. It worries me that the games were buggy or they weren't finished. I mean, Toys for Bob even came out and said that the games weren't finished yet. And they needed some more work. Oh, here we go. There's the rest of the gems. So, I don't know. It's kind of... I'm missing one. Damn it! I wish this was Spyro 2 where I could like hold all the buttons and it would tell me where the gems are. I guess I don't really plan on 100%ing this today. I'm just kind of dicking around with it, so I'll give it a couple more seconds. But yeah, it's worrisome that they're not taking the time to put all the games on the disc just for that aspect. While the remake looks really good. I think this game is aged graphically much better than like 90% of games from this era. It's just gorgeous compared to, you know, like every other game. Like, you can put this side by side with Metal Gear Solid, which, don't get me wrong, Metal Gear Solid's a phenomenal game. It's ugly as sin, though. Ugh. And I played that game when I first got my PlayStation in high school, when I think the PS3 just came out right around that time. So I still wasn't like into really high graphical fidelity games. I'm just gonna skip this gem because otherwise I'm gonna be here forever. And actually, it might be by the exit now that I think about it. I didn't really spend much time there. It's not. Screw it. Next level. Sweet. Nope, that's the save. Could tell I haven't played this in a while. Live chat is as nice of a desert as a Discord server. That's a lie. This is much more active than the Discord server is. It's a very pretty desert. I know, like, I don't know. So many people are asking me to make a Discord that I'm just like, sure, I have no experience with Discord and not much desire to use it myself, but yeah, sure, whatever. I'll do that, and then I'll just respond when other people do stuff like a forum, but then, like, nobody interacts with it. But I don't know. I was talking to a friend of mine who has like a fairly decent sized Discord for like his gaming stuff. He plays like CSGO and like Fortnite and stuff like that. Actually, I don't know if he played Fortnite. If he's watching, he's gonna be like, fuck you, I don't play Fortnite, but whatever. But he was telling me that like that's just kind of how people are on Discord, except for like a small percentage of people. So I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, it's not really my generation's thing. I'm a little older than that whole crowd. Hello. Hi, Raichu Wiz. Remember when this game came out? I was like, nah, the kiddie game won't get big. People still play Fortnite? I've never played Fortnite. I think it looks all right for what it is, but I'm not big into online games, and I'm not like competitive at all, so I don't play stuff like that typically. I'm surprised people still play PUBG, because that game looks like garbage next to Fortnite. But I don't know, not my kind of game. I pawn sacrifice. You and your Fortnite question. What else we got? I think there was something else up there I was going to talk about. Physical media is dead, though. Sailor Mouth. Yeah, it is. I agree with you. I really wish it... I don't know. I was at this point where I was like getting all this digital stuff on Steam. I have like, I don't know, like 800 Steam games or something. But I don't know. It got to the point where like, mostly just from like a computer standpoint, like I'm tired of like new games coming out and just being completely broken on PC. I know they sometimes get released on consoles broken like that, but it seems like the vast majority of PC AAA games these days are just complete garbage for the first couple months until they roll out a bunch of patches. So I stopped buying PC AAA games and started going back to my PS4, and I prefer a physical copy because I'm old like that. But I mean, if a game's like digital only, I guess that doesn't bother me. But if I have the option, I go the physical media route, even if it's like $10 more or something like that. I don't know, just kind of a collector mindset.
I wasn't sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course they
Oh yeah, I figured you were being a little sarcastic there, but yeah, so great. Activision is creative as burned toast. They are these days, yeah. Activision hasn't really been creative for about 20 years now. They've just kind of been the monolith. They've been a less problematic EA. But I mean, when Activision first got their start, like on the Atari 2600, like the best Atari 2600 games are from Activision. Like they were just the most fun, most tightly designed, best graphically. And it's weird seeing Activision's name on like old games like that, because you could just tell how much like time and energy and passion went into them, which is like the exact opposite of what Activision is these days. Same thing with EA. Back in the 90s, they were a good company, a good developer, but God, you wouldn't know it from looking at them now. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, print books, like there's no there's no like, I don't know. There's no way to replicate the feel of reading a physical book. Like, you could have your Kindle, you could have your phone, you could have whatever. Your Nook, if you're the hipster in the crowd who has the Barnes & Noble Nook. But I don't know, it's just something about the actual, like, physical print medium. The medium is, like, a huge, important part of that. And yeah, I think you're right with games and software. It's not like in the same league. Like, the medium of games is the interactivity. It's not the physical object or the words on a page like it is here. I like how this game has like spots like that where you can light the fire, just little touches of polish. But it wasn't until the next game where they introduced skill points. So it's like I don't know, it's like they took the idea of having like little moments of interaction and polish like that. Oh, I don't have the key yet. And then like made a mechanic around it. I just saw a gem up here I missed. And made a mechanic around it for Spyro 2 and started the whole skill point thing. Oh, I know. I miss like game manuals in general. I never use them like as an instruction manual. Like, I don't know. I feel like any game that's worth a damn should be self-explanatory when you play it. You shouldn't have to read a manual. But at the same time, that was like the coolest thing when I was a kid. Like, get a new game and while we're driving home from the store or whatever, reading over the manual and just getting like super hyped for it. Those were the days. And yeah, like Nintendo, especially with the Zelda games, did such a phenomenal job with their manuals, and now they don't even include manuals or anything. They don't even include the health and important information sheet like they did with the Wii U or the Wii, I forget.
Secret safe with me.
I also didn't find this level until like very near the end of the game. I just completely missed it my first time through. There's that key. Ah, God. I don't know what it is, but I'm having one of those days where my nose itches like crazy and there's no reason for it. It's bugging the crap out of me. All right, how are we doing on stuff here? Yeah, this is a small level too. Capitalism. Manuals are just additional costs. Yeah, you're not wrong. Although the profit margin, like, this is something that I'm gonna go on a major tangent here, but this is something that bugs me about people like saying that games are too expensive to make. Mostly big publishers that make just all the money in the world. Like 10 years ago, there used to be a profit margin on. Oh yeah, duh. Chest is over here. There used to be a profit margin on games, so like you'd go to a retail store and that store may have bought it for $40 and sold it at $60. Nowadays the profit margin, and Mark can probably back me up in this because he's a fellow retail man, me being a former retail man, there's no profit margin on games anymore. It's like maybe $1. And usually the ones that have any semblance of a profit margin are like smaller titles published by like Atlas or something like that. But like the big games from EA and Activision, there's like hardly any, like maybe 20-cent profit margin for the store on there. Because of the 80-page manual. Is that true? Does that really have an 80-page manual? That is ridiculous. Well, yeah, with the systems, they still include like manuals for all the like hardware, and Nintendo especially, like every piece of hardware they've ever released has had just insane amounts of like pamphlets and instruction manuals and crap like that that nobody ever looks at. It's less important for a system than it is for a game, yet they still do that. So I don't know, maybe there's some law that they have to include all that crap. I have no idea.
Don't be afraid. Afraid? Of what?
But anyway, my point with the profit margins on games is that the publishers are essentially charging retailers more than they ever have. So they're making their money back on the retailers. So that's one thing, and then they're also complaining about like not having enough which is why they need to include microtransactions and stuff. And it's like, really, just shut up about that. Like, games are not as expensive to make as you think. You're the ones who are making them so expensive. Just shut the hell up. I have like no patience for any argument that well, one, because I haven't heard a good argument for why games need microtransactions and loot boxes and shit like that yet. All of them have been just terrible arguments. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that for now, until I think of something else to say. Yeah, remember, yeah, somebody else watches Jim Sterling. Clearly, it's about making all the money. Exactly. Yep, can't just make some money. You gotta make all the money, or none of the money. Preferably all the money. This is also one of my favorite parts of Spyro here, is like the skyboxes are just gorgeous compared to like most every other game from this era, and then especially like the seamless transition there. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. Titanfall and Fortnite have okay-ish microtransactions. I would say Fortnite can get away with it because it's a free-to-play game. I'm not against microtransactions in general, but I mean, if you're gonna charge $60 up front and then do microtransactions on top of that, that's bullshit. Don't do that. If you want microtransactions in your game, make it free to play. Just come on. Like, you're gonna make so much money on the microtransactions anyway. Like, have some like goodwill towards your customers. Like, I mean, like Activision in general, like, their profits aren't made from the sales of games for the most part anymore. It's all loot boxes and microtransactions and shit like that nowadays. So I think they could afford to give their games away for free. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree. It's really a problem about perceived value. Yeah. You mean like how YouTubers get flack for like, I don't know, for example, just spitball it here, turning off advertisements on their channel and starting a Patreon? Because you're supposed to do everything for free for the rest of your life. I don't know. Sure, yeah, I agree. DLC, I don't really have a problem with DLC at all. Like, I guess it's a little weird when, like, it's on the disc or whatever, but I don't know. Like, even that doesn't really bother me that much. I mean, it's kind of like, what the hell are you thinking, putting this this on the disc and then charging or locking it behind a paywall? But in general, like, DLC doesn't really bother me that much, unless it's like something that was clearly part of the main game and then taken out after the fact. I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but I know there's been a couple games where I've played the DLC and I'm like, oh, this feels like it should have been part of the main game. That's, yeah. Or like if the ending doesn't make sense without the DLC or something like that. I don't know, it's kind of a slippery slope too, but in general, it doesn't bother me as much as like microtransactions and stuff. I mean, I buy every freaking Souls game DLC whenever they come out. I'm sure Sekiro is gonna have DLC, especially since Activision's publishing it. And I'm gonna get that because I want more of FromSoft's games, and I also get the feeling that like all their DLC packs feel like stuff that they wanted to include, or that's not what I want to say. They all feel like their own standalone things, so like a miniature version of the game. And actually, in Dark Souls 2's case, the DLC packs for Dark Souls 2 were the best part of that whole game. Like, the main game isn't nearly as good as the DLC is. Oh, shit! I just died. It's fine. Yeah, Sonic Mania Plus? Yeah. You mean that thing that pretty much invalidated everything I had to say about the game? That one? Like, I go back and watch my my Sonic Mania critique, and I'm like, oh, literally 95% of everything I criticize here got fixed in Sonic Mania Plus. That's super. I'm happy for it, though. Sonic Mania Plus is phenomenal. It's great. Get out of here. Get out of here. Ow. And the fact that it was only $5 too, like, definitely worth it. 2 extra characters, whole extra mode that's fun as hell, and then a bunch of fixes and stuff. Although they might have patched all the fixes. There's another posh guy. He's stealing the dragon eggs. That was awesome. Oh yeah, I gotta get that egg thief for reasons. Nah. Alright, come here, you bastard. Gotcha. What am I drinking? I am drinking Pedialyte. Not because I had like a rough night last night or anything, but I'm doing this ketogenic diet thing, which is working out really well for like losing weight and staying in shape and stuff, since I sit on my ass all day and play video games. It's hard to keep the weight off. But part of it is like you lose your electrolytes like super freaking fast, and it's like really easy to get dehydrated. So that's why I'm drinking that. It's actually pretty tasty. Vodka? No, but I am going to have some eggnog later because I found some at the grocery store yesterday, and I have no self-control around this time of the year. So that's going to be good. I do like my vodka, though. I prefer like Grey Goose or Tito's. Tito's is actually my favorite vodka. Looks like Windex. It does look like Windex. I never thought of that before. It totally looks like Windex. Doesn't taste like it, though. I know from experience. Alright, well, I'm not gonna, like, bother getting all the gems. This is not the X of the level. I keep thinking that. It's fine. I'm wondering why it wouldn't let me save. I'm gonna try saving again. Not that it really matters. Huh. Let's retry it. Weird. I don't know. Oh, don't worry about the balanced diet thing. I got that under control, too. I do it, like, intermittent fasting, too, and then, so I only eat, like, once or twice a day, but I always have, like, a lot of veggies. Not much fruit. If I eat fruit, it's like berries and stuff like that. Yeah. And the ketogenic diet's a high-fat, low-carb diet. And I noticed that, like, when I eat on that, it's easier to, like, focus on stuff, whereas, like, when I'm eating, like, a carb-heavy diet, like, I can't focus worth a crap. I have borderline ADHD. I'm the only person you know who has a multi-mega at a 32X combo. Really? Well, maybe because they it says right in the on the 32X thing does not work with the CDX. But that's just not true. It works just fine with the CDX. What else do I have? Is that it for levels here, except for the flight level? I got all the dragons. I think I'm just gonna go through and try to get all the dragons. Oh, I won't be able to do the last level where you just collect more treasure, though. Ah, screw it. Don't care. Let's do this flight level. Yay. Oh, you only get treasure for this, too, don't you? Broom. Most modern Mario. I noticed you, waifu. Most modern Mario games are bland and unoriginal. Not Mario Odyssey. I would agree with pretty much every game up until Odyssey. Odyssey's fantastic. That's like my favorite Mario game. But yeah, New Super Mario Brothers, nah. New Super Mario Bros. 2, nah. New Super Mario Bros. U, that was just trash. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'll never get them. I haven't done this in a while. This might take me a couple tries. And I wasn't even big on the Galaxy games. Galaxy 1, when it first came out, I really liked it, but then I went back and played it, and it was just really tedious to me. And I've tried several times to get into Galaxy 2, which people always tell me is like the good one. I just can't get into it at all. I'm just gonna, you know, like restart this. And that's how we restart things. What do you think of the chances Sega got Vicarious Visions to remake Sonic Adventure 1, 2, and Heroes/06? Slim to none, especially with 06. I don't think we'll ever see that game rear its ugly head again, which is a shame because it's a crap game. No way around it, but it had potential. I'll give it that. Yeah. And I mean, there's already the HD version of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I think there's a HD version of Sonic Adventure 1. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't see Sega doing that. Maybe Heroes, but that's one of those games that's also like super divisive. Like, you either love that game or you hate it, and there's like nothing in between. I haven't played it in so long, I don't really have an opinion on it. I remember liking it when it first came out, but it's been so long I couldn't tell you if I enjoy it anymore or not. There we go. I'll come back to the chat here in a second. There's time on the clock. I gotta get all the things, you know, for reasons and such. Wow, I missed a lot more of these gates than I thought I did. Come back to those. Oop. It's just 4 things in this one, right? Yeah, okay. You think it could be... You think it could be redeemed if Sega got them to redo it like Sonic 06? I mean, maybe. If the game was finished, it would be a lot better received, I'm sure. Banjo-Kazooie is overrated. I saw that on Discord, by the way. I don't know if I responded to that one or not, but yeah. Do you really feel that way? Banjo-Kazooie's pretty great. I think Banjo-Tooie's overrated, but that's just me, myself. That's also a great game, though. What music do I listen to? If you listen to rock, do you like Ozzy Osbourne? I do like Ozzy Osbourne. I prefer Black Sabbath. I prefer his music when he was in Black Sabbath. In general, I listen to heavy metal, mostly. Power metal. The cheesier, the better. I've been listening to chill hop, like those lo-fi streams you see on YouTube all the time. I've been listening to that while I work. Don't really like listen to it otherwise. It's good work music, though. Yeah, a lot of rock, mostly heavy metal. My favorite band's Iron Maiden or Queen. Kind of a toss-up between the two. I like Rush, you know, all that good stuff. Click Clock Wood is aggravating to me. I never had a problem with that. You're far from the only one I've heard say that, but yeah, Click Clock Wood, I always thought it was a great level. It never bothered me. I didn't find it frustrating. Even though my video I did on it with Rusty Bucket Bay, that was purposefully like full of hyperbole and stuff, and it's not a very good video in my opinion. And it hasn't held up very well. But Rusty Bucket Bay, like, I don't hate it as much as I used to. It's still my least favorite level in the game, though. But I always hear people, like, mostly in the comments of my Rusty Bucket Bay video, just be like, oh, this is nothing compared to Click Clock Wood. But I don't know. I always thought it was a good level, personally. Maybe I should do a video on that and redeem myself for the terrible Rusty Bucket Bay video I did. Try again? No, why would I want to try again? I completed it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, having a good joystick on your N64 controller certainly helps in Click Clock Wood. I completely understand where you're coming from there. Tree. Dio. Yep, I love me some Dio. Holy Diver. Rainbow in the Dark. Rainbow in the Dark's probably my favorite Dio song. I really like Dio's work in Black Sabbath. I prefer Ozzy, but they're both just phenomenal. Minus Queen and Van Halen. I used to really like Van Halen. I haven't listened to them in a while. Not look like crap on modern TVs. Oh, yeah. Like N64 games, is that what you're talking about? This generation just does not look right on a modern TV. Frankie Valli. I know that name, but I couldn't tell you. I don't even know if that's a man or a woman, to be honest. Sorry. Yeah, dude. Thanks for coming out, Rapid. 7 a.m. down under. I don't even know what time it is here. It's probably like 4. No, it's 3. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So, well, enjoy. See you later. What else we got here? The tree. A man, shockingly. I thought Frankie Valli was a man, but like I said, I couldn't tell you what they sing or anything like that. That's what I pictured. Bye. So do I mean metal for... Cool. I think, other than the boss level, that's all the levels in the first world. Toasty. I love how the boss levels are just kind of like the exact, like just shortened versions of the main levels with a boss at the... Oh, these fucking dogs. I forgot about them. This is like the worst enemy in this game. You gotta like hit and run. The Wii is a virtual bowling dust collector. No doubt. Yeah. Not big on the Wii. Mostly the control scheme. For me, like, really the only defining feature of like whether a console is good or bad for me is if it works and if the controller is good or not. And I don't think the Wii has a very good control scheme. The Wii U really doesn't either. No, which is why I dislike those systems. They have good games on them. I'll give them that any day. I don't know. The controls don't jive with my personal tastes. Or was his employer not confident in his survival skills? Toasty. I forgot about Duke Nukem on the Genesis. Oh, I think I rented that back in the day. How about Doom on the... Ah, crap. Doom on the Game Boy Advance. That is just like the worst. Or Doom on the 32X. That's also pretty bad. Ow! Never fails. I always die in this level. Usually because of these dogs. It's not really hard, it's just there's so much crap here, it's hard not to, like, get distracted. Also, I'm talking. Talking helps. Also, these dogs are, like, one of, like, 2 enemies in the entire game that take more than 1 hit. Oh, God. Yeah, the Wii is a good system for House of the Dead, or for light gun games. Yeah, point and click games. If you ever played Zack and Wiki, that's a really good point and click adventure game, and I think it actually is better because of the Wii control scheme. That's one of the few games that I would prefer to play on the Wii. I don't think it was ever released on any other console or on PC. The Grinch on PS1, that would be a good one for like a Christmas thing. I've never played that. I don't actually know if I was familiar with that or not. Probably not. It's not ringing a bell. I'm gonna frickin' die again. All right. Torch the doggy, turn around, run the opposite direction. Don't get hit by the wizard stick. Giggity. Ah! God damn it. I just can't get, like, the timing down for those things. Get me every frickin' time. Well, I figured it was bad. Pretty much any, like, Dr. Seuss game just sounds like a bad idea. No Dreamcast Master Race. Oh, like the controller? That's not a very good controller. I mean, I love the Dreamcast and all, but that controller just is not very good. Xbox controller, that's probably my second favorite. I prefer the PlayStation controllers. I don't mind the Xbox controllers though. The Wii, or not the Wii U, the Wii U, like everything sucks about that. The Switch Pro controller is like really good. I love that one. I actually like feel like playing Nintendo games because of it. Don't like the Joy-Cons. I don't like the thing that you slide the Joy-Cons into. Yeah, it just feels wrong. Something about it's wrong. PC Master Race doesn't get Hong Kong 97. Oh my god. That's a great game. I love how the boss here is mostly just these dogs. Camera, turn, cooperate. All right, I'm gonna get this guy. Insomniac, like, always has, like, the best dry wit humor to their games. Like, especially, like, Ratchet and Clank. Bye-bye. All right, let's do that. Sonic the Blue Rat, did you say something naughty? Message retracted. We need a new Conker game? No. I mean, I used to really want a new Conker game, but I don't trust Microsoft and Rare to do it justice, so I'd rather just not. What is game? They are sheepdogs. That's a good point. Doggy DeVito. All right. I think other than treasure, I think I got everything here. Yep. Marco. You may travel to the Peacekeepers. Let's go to Peacekeepers. Hey, Ryan Fainstone, what's up, dude? You mean boss? Spyro 1 has basically no bosses. True. It's kind of like a unique take on bosses that I have come to enjoy. I don't know, not really because they're good, they're just different, and I like different. Ah. Excuse me as I finish my Windex. I am the trash dog.
Welcome to Peacekeepers, Spyro. Look how our treasure has been turned against us. Cover our treasure, Spyro.
My lights just flickered for some reason. It is kind of windy out today. If I like just suddenly disappear, it's because, I don't know, I got assassinated or something. Most likely the power went out because the lights have flickered like twice now. And I kind of live in a rural area, so the power does go out here. Not really frequently, but it does happen at least like once a month. Washing up liquid. Drink looked like shower gel. I mean, wasn't quite that thick, but you're right, the color is like shower gel. Dry Canyon. Get all the dragons in the world here. Here's something interesting that I just noticed, other than that guy's butt. That's just lovely. These guys are wearing metal armor, which typically prevents them from getting hurt by Spyro's flame breath, but it works against these guys. Huh. I just noticed that. Interesting. Wisconsin? Yes, I am in Wisconsin. Which is like 60% forested area. I live just outside of Madison in a rural area. And it's also 19 degrees here today. It's cold as shit. Not metal, tinfoil. I suppose it could be tinfoil. Yeah, Mark knows life. Don't you like get up like super early, Mark? It was probably like below zero when you got up this morning.
Hi, Spyro. Sparks the Dragonfly has been doing a good job protecting you.
Arr.
Be sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of butterflies.
Was that the Hulk Hogan guy? That was the one I was thinking of. Maybe there's another one that sounds more like him. Come on, turn. You can tell by the description of the landscape, yeah. Yep, good old Wisconsin. Oh yeah, I gotta shoot this other chest. Oh, the thank you for releasing me Spyro ones. It's just so lazy. I love it. Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 of those. Thank you for releasing me. Oh shit, I gotta line that up better. Oh, I'm gonna miss. I missed. Nope, I got it. They must home in or something. That totally wasn't lined up. Where the rednecks live? You ain't lying. We certainly have an abundance of white trash up in these neck of the woods. I may be related to some. I know some. Yeah. Yeah, out in the middle of nowhere too. Like I went to a K through 12 school in a place that was surrounded by a cornfield, a church, and a bar. And it was K through 12. and there was a total of 300 students, and my graduating class was 16. Just absolutely freaking tiny, out in the middle of nowhere school. Is there something you're hiding? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Nope, nothing at all. Related to your neighbors, probably. I'm not, but I certainly know people who are.
Well done, Spyro. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, that's all you need in a town of boonies. A bar, a church, and a school.
I just want to kick some.
Just toast those enemies and collect the treasure.
Are you playing in this random hut in Death Valley or something? Yeah, out in the middle of nowhere. Not now. The area I'm originally from is out in the middle of nowhere. I'm closer to the city now. Still kind of in a rural area. There's still plenty of cornfields around me. What happened to the days of anthropomorphic mascots? I don't know. It's a good point. You don't see very many these days, at least not in games. You do see a lot of like comics and cartoons, I would say, but not so much in games these days, unless it's like one that's been around forever, like Bubsy. Also, I can't believe Bubsy's got another freaking game coming out next year. I mean, I'm sure it'll be awful, but I'm looking forward to it. Just because that's just the series that like nobody asked for, but just won't quit, and I kind of admire that. Couple of skeletons in my closet. No, I cleaned them out. No, sold them at a rummage sale. Yeah. There's plenty of anthro stuff on the internet, that's for sure. We don't talk about those parts. Did I get all the dragons yet? Yes. I almost got all the treasure. Might actually get all the treasure on this one. I got all the treasure on this one. Oh yeah, Tech Gamer, or Gamer Ace, sorry about that. You watched a German streamer play this area in the Reignite trilogy. How'd it look? Because this is, I don't know, the desert levels in this game. Oh, I almost died. Oh, I almost died again. The desert levels in this game are probably the least interesting to me, so I'm very interested to see what they look like in the Reignited trilogy. Because desert areas, when done right, just look absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I think you're right about games evolving towards realism, and design mascots just didn't seem to fit that whole realism thing. I agree. It's a shame, but you're probably right. Leap of faith to get some lives. It looked amazing? Cool. Cool. Yeah, I've been kind of avoiding like pre-release footage of the Reignited trilogy. I kind of just want the whole like experience to myself, especially since I'm so familiar with the original trilogy now. It'll be interesting since I'm so familiar with them now, but also the fact that they're so fresh in my mind after playing through all of them like 6 times this year. It'll be interesting to see the differences. I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you for releasing me.
Ow! I got hit with a snowball. Yeah, there was one of the "thank you for releasing me" ones. That was certainly one of the better ones. Some of them were just like, "thank you for releasing me," and then they just disappear. So great. Look at this guy. Flexing his muscles. Come here, Bat. I need some health. Oh, come here. Come here. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that we're kind of at the point where in like graphics where people are realizing that, or developers and publishers are realizing that there's not much more we can do to get like that same wow factor in our graphics. Like there's still room for like improvement, mostly in animation, like smoothing out animation to make it look less Uncanny Valley-esque. But in terms of like the graphics themselves, there's not really like a huge leap we can make. Everything's all incremental these days. Poof. Aloha! It's Wub. Super Thunderblade. Super Thunderblade. Ah, I know the name of that game. I don't know if I've ever played that. Ow. Just wait until they delay the trilogy again. I don't think they're going to at this point. It comes out in 3 days. I think if they were going to delay it, they would have already pulled the trigger on that. But I don't know. Stranger things have happened. That is not out of the realm of well, actually, for Activision, that's kind of out of the realm of possibility, because they like never push anything back, but they actually did with this one, which tells me that something was fucked with it. If it was so bad that the company behind Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 couldn't be bothered to release it. I mean, I know they just made that game so they could maintain the license, but yeah. Oh, yeah, you gotta make these guys fall. Do you still need to do the 30-day, or the 30 gig day one download? So they never did add Spyro 2 and 3 to the disc. That's a shame. I mean, I kind of figured they weren't going to, but I had a tiny amount of hope.
Done well, Spyro. Some dragons thought you weren't ready, but I knew they were wrong.
I'm ready, all right.
Right. Well, it was actually Toys for Bob, because they're the ones doing the Spyro Reignited. But yeah, but Activision as a company, they historically, well, one, they don't actually make games in-house anymore. I guess it just goes to show how much, why did I go this way? It just goes to show how much, like, pull that Toys for Bob has within the company if Activision was willing to listen to them. But I mean, typically, like, Activision is, like, staunch, this is the release date, there's no way we're gonna break it, sort of thing. And in the past, they have had other developers come out and say that, yeah, if we would have had more time, the game would have been better, but Activision forced our hand or something like that. I mean, I'm glad they pushed it back, and I hope that the games are actually done this time. Just judging by, like, what I've seen, I don't think there's too much cause for concern, at least not with the first game. But I don't know, we'll see. Comes out in 3 days, I'm gonna get it.
Thank you for releasing me.
How is everyone? I'm doing pretty good. It's Wub. Am I saying that right? W-U-B, Wub. You got the capital B in there. That's throwing me off, but I'm doing pretty good. My first live stream ever, if you're just joining us, and I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are having a good time, because I want to get into live streams more, just because, you know, that's what everybody does, and also I think they're fun. I've been doing this for like an hour now, I think, something like that, and not sick of it yet. Want to do more. It's pretty good. Wait, is it my first live stream? Yeah, this is literally the first time I've ever live streamed. I guest starred on a friend's live stream about a year ago, but that was only for about an hour, and only like 2 people watched. So, I think Mark was there. He watched. And yeah. So yeah, other than that, this is the first time I've live streamed. Sweet. That's the name, and that's exactly how it's supposed to be pronounced. Cool. Am I having a ball? I am having a ball. Having a gay old time, as the kids say. I'm very thirsty, though. Now I'm on the vodka, if you're wondering. That's my water. It wouldn't be vodka anyway, it'd be brandy. I'm not, I mean, I like vodka, but it's not my go-to. I think I missed oh, I did get all the gems here. Gotcha! Take some of that health. I don't know the Canadian guy, eh? That's a great name, though. I love it. He will be streaming Spyro Reignited Trilogy for 3 days until the game is complete, huh? Dang, that's dedication there. That's kind of what everybody's doing today. I didn't realize it until this morning, but Extra Life is going on today. Like the charity event for the Extra Life. Is it the Extra Life Foundation or something like that? I actually did that a couple of years ago. And I was going to do it this year, but I just didn't know if I'd have the time, so I didn't even want to throw that on my plate. And also, I wasn't sure if like this whole live streaming thing would work out yet. Apparently, it's working out, so...
Some big Norks up ahead are wearing armor.
You mean those Norks I killed because I went backwards through the level? Am I an alcoholic? Yes. Good to know, yes. I mean, compared to like other people that live in Wisconsin, I'm probably average. But if you put me in any other state, yeah, I'd be an alcoholic. Like, yeah. Can I say, I like my booze, man. And there's only, I kind of like mixing it up too. I'm one of those people that, I have my staples, like brandy on the rocks is usually my go-to, but I also like margaritas, and I like martinis, and I like daiquiris, and I like white Russians, and all these other things. I got the key. You could choose one Switch game, Breath of the Wild or Odyssey. I'm gonna say Odyssey. I'm not big on Breath of the Wild. I think it depends on what you're into, first of all. My personal preference is Odyssey. I think it's just a phenomenal game. But if you like the open world adventure type stuff, go Breath of the Wild. Personally, there's just too much downtime for me. There's too much time in between like points of interaction. At least in the early game, I've admittedly only ever played like 6-10 hours, somewhere in there. And I just stopped playing, not because I thought it was bad. I just wasn't, I don't know. There wasn't enough Zelda-ness for me, and I was kind of expecting a little more. I know they were trying to reboot the series. Did I finish this level? I'm kind of just zoning out here. No, I got one more dragon. Oh, he's up here. I know where he's at. So, I don't know. I guess it just depends on your style of play. If you're like big into Elder Scrolls games, that sort of thing, yeah, Breath of the Wild's like right up your alley. But personally, Odyssey is the better of the two, in my humble opinion. You don't like alcohol? Nothing wrong with that. I ain't judging. Not everybody needs to drink it anyway. Oop. Chest is over here. It's certainly like something that I've cut down on in the past couple of years. I was getting really bad towards the end of my retail days. Just so much alcohol. But I don't drink. Well, I still drink a lot. I drink every day, but I don't get drunk every day like I used to. Now it's like 1 or 2 drinks maybe, and then I don't actually remember the last time I was drunk. Doesn't happen very often these days. And I don't actually sit down with the intention of getting drunk anymore like I used to, which is not a good life to live.
A word of caution, little one.
I wouldn't say I need to drink. I mean, every January I typically just take the month of January off. There's this thing they do in Britain, in the UK, called Dry January, and it's kind of like for people to reset their like alcohol tolerance. I do that every year without any troubles. I never feel like an alcohol craving. It's more just like, I don't know. I like the taste. I like the flavor. I don't so much care for the actual feeling of alcohol as much as the actual experience of like mixing a drink and stuff like that. So, yeah. This message is held for review. Welcome to the Alcoholic Anonymous. Yeah, the 12-step program. It's good for you. Everything in moderation. I agree. That's how it should be. All right, where's the exits over here? I just noticed like the bass in this level for the first time. It's like really like jiggling my eardrums. I didn't notice that until just now. Weird. Welcome to the Salty Spittoon. Yeah, you gotta watch them fancy bartending tricks. They'll get you. I saw a friend try to do that one where they take like all the pour things and try to pour like alcohol into like a bunch of different glasses and completely drop the whole thing before. It was freaking hilarious, but yeah, it was a mess to clean up. There was like broken glass and stuff. Not a good scene. But when it's done right, them bartending tricks look pretty good. Good old SpongeBob memes. Yeah, should be playing Spyro 2. Get some Tom Kenny action going on in here. Ow! Fucking lady. This is one of my favorite musical tracks in this game. Oh, yeah, metal armor, duh. They don't have tinfoil armor on like the other ones did. Oh no, what the gem? Stream's lagging? Oh yeah, my OBS is like all screwed up here. So, hi Mom and Dad. Hey Kirsten. Sounds like alcohol abuse. Nice. Is the stream still lagging? I don't know what I can do on my end. Maybe my internet's just taking a crap. It is Saturday afternoon. The internet's kind of like high traffic time. So let me check over like YouTube. Writing now. Oh, thank you. The chat doesn't seem to be lagging, at least. Yeah, I see what you mean about the stream. It looks a little screwy. If you like back up the buffer a little bit, does it help any? Oh, it just died on my end. Huh. It's not my computer. Must just be my internet. Super. Well, that's poopy. Loading, yeah. Huh. Me theme. Do 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 do. Time to close the porn. I thought I turned that off already. It's not working. I suppose I could try turning the stream off and coming back. I don't know. That might help. Like I said, it just might be my internet. It's not the greatest here. Jessica Furlot. Oh, wow. I haven't seen you in so long. How are you? Except that's just not an accurate statement, Jessica. Jeez. It's not right. Stream's not getting any better. So many buffers.